What's going on, everybody? My name is Andy. Welcome to the channel. While I have your attention, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It really helps the channel grow, helps the algorithm, and I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, another sad day for Tundras here. I've done one video about this, and now I'm doing a second one. But I'd like to thank David firsthand. He sent me about 4 paragraphs, answered a couple of questions about what happened to his truck, a little backstory. I'd done a video, and David had commented that his Tundra blew its engine. And I asked him if I could share a story, and he said yes, and he was nice enough to write out everything that happened so that I could share it with you guys. He also sent some pictures. I'll put some pictures in as well. But it does not state in this, but I remember in the comment he had stated it was a 4.7 liter engine. Now those were the engines that went, a million miles. There's a few trucks out there with 1 million miles on. One of my buddies actually met a guy with a Tundra that has 1 million miles on his truck. So those are very good engines, and you can see in here that he did maintain the truck well. Had a couple small issues, but I don't think that would have led to the devastating engine catastrophe that he had. But without further ado, let's get into his story. It is about a 2007 Tundra with a blown engine. It was a sad story about my 2007 Tundra. The story was that I was on my way from Dallas to Texas, and it seems like a lot of times that these trucks get a lot of miles on it. I think the trucks that were 1 million miles was traveling from Louisiana to Texas. Texas is so big, you can put so many miles on a vehicle, and it's just a short length of time. To attend one of my friend's wedding, cruising around 72 to 75 mile per hour, and all of a sudden the truck started shaking on a long uphill. And if you remember, on the other Tundra blown engine with a 5.7 liter that my friend had, his was actually on the interstate as well, coming back from Louisiana, and he was running between 70 and 80 mile an hour and going up a hill, and all of a sudden the truck just started violently shaking as well. So weird. Check engine light, traction control light, and another light came on flashing, so I pulled up the roadside and checked the truck with my OBD2 scanner. Now, I don't know if y'all do this. A lot of times I will travel with an OBD2 scanner. You can get those off of like eBay for like 20 bucks or something. I think mine was like 20 or $30. Connects to your phone. A lot of times if you have just something minor wrong with your vehicle that puts it in limp mode or something, you can plug those in, clear that code, and make it to limp or make it to the next town. Now, if you have something major like that, like blown engine or something, it's not going to help you. But a lot of times, if it's just something minor, you can clear that code and it'll actually make it to the next town. Codes were about a misfire in 2 cylinders, cylinder 2 and 6. At the time, the truck was still drivable, and I was in the middle of nowhere, so I had to drive about 20 miles to the nearest town. Now, if you're in the middle of nowhere and you don't have cell phone service, you got to do what you got to do. You're either going to walk 20 miles or you're going to try to get your vehicle there in 20 miles. Me, I'm not walking 20 miles. I'm going to try to get my car to the next town. Things started being sketchy there. I called a couple of mechanic shops in town, but most of them were closed due that it was late Saturday afternoon. Seems like that's always how it is. Either a late Saturday or Sunday. If you're going to have a problem, it's going to be one of them 2 days and nobody's going to be open. You're never going to have a problem on like a Tuesday or Wednesday at noon where everybody's available. It's always going to be on a time where nobody's open. Later, a mechanic guy called me back, and he was able to find me on the roadside and check the truck. He tried to swap the coil packs, but that didn't help. So I had to drive the truck back to the shop and leave it overnight. I hopped on my friend's car to attend the wedding on Sunday. Long story short, he later found that cylinder 2 was okay, but cylinder 6 was very severe. It had only about 60-ish PSI of compression, and the bore camera confirmed the oil in the combustion chamber causing the misfire. I didn't have the time and the money to get it fully rebuilt or swapped. In a used motor, quoted about $4,000 plus for both option. A used 2UZ-FE were like $3,000 for parts alone, and there was only one available in Texas. Anyways, I ended up selling the truck to a cash for car companies for a fairly good deal and bought an old Gen 3 4Runner as my daily. I want to say I used to have an old 4Runner. Really like that thing. My neighbor has one. I'd kind of like to buy theirs just because I love that thing. I love that 4Runner to death. About the truck, I didn't feel like anything wrong with it until this happened. I had a check engine light on due to the secondary air pump thing. It ran in limp mode every now and then. I do, which is probably why he had that little OBD2 with him. If you have something like this that can throw it into limp mode every once in a while, like I said, an OBD2 can actually kick it back out of this and you'll be okay. I do oil changes and other maintenance myself, so I know the truck quite well. I had changed the valve cover gasket in 2019 and it didn't have any leaks at all since then. I knew the internal might have some wear since I had to top off the oil sometimes, but the oil was good when I left my house in the morning. And that's one good thing about if you do your own maintenance and stuff like that. You know the vehicle, you know it may use a little bit of oil, and those are things you should always check your oil before you go on a long trip, like to Florida where I'm at now. But you know your truck, you know how to check it, you know what to check for. So if you have a slight burning oil issue, you know to check that periodically. And he did his own maintenance and he knew to check that before he left. This indeed surprised me, and I don't remember any odd things happening prior to this. I knew I was going to run on the highway, so I cleared the check engine light for the secondary air pump limp mode thing and got a tank of gas at Shell. I've always heard Shell gas is the best gas. It's some of the most expensive, but I've heard it's the best. I guess is that the piston ring shattered when the truck downshifted too hard up that hill. I heard some sort of clicking sound when it hits 4,000-ish RPMs and the truck started misfiring. I had the truck for about 5 years and it had 158,000 miles on it. Now remember, there's two of these trucks out there that have over 1 million miles on them with this engine in it. And several have 500,000 or 600,000. I know they do because I see you all in the comments talking about how many miles your Tundras have on them with the 4.7, and it's just unbelievable how many miles these things. But if man made it, it can tear up. This is proof of 158,000 miles. That's nothing for a Tundra. Miles on it when it went down. Really depressed to let it go. Nothing bad happened before it was going. Nothing bad happened before. Was going to add the secondary air pump bypass kit, but never got the chance. For sure, I will get another truck next year, and I'm actually looking at the new Tundra, new F-150, or the mighty new Raptor. I've always said the Raptor is the best looking truck. If I could put a Tundra drivetrain in a Raptor, like a 4.7 in a Raptor, I'd buy it all day long. I don't want to do it myself. I can't imagine the work that would go into that, but if I could get one from the factory with a warranty, that would be amazing. We'll see, LOL. Please feel free to share this story on our channel and feel free to use these pictures and let me know if you need anything else. Best, David. Again, thank you, David, for sending me this. Now, he did send some pictures. I'll put these up here so you can see these. The oil photo, I did ask him what that was. He said that was from the bore scope from cylinder wall, top end of cylinder 6. I did get that. Let's see here. I did ask him a question. I asked him, thank you for sending the story details. One quick question. Was there a hole in the block in the second photo, which was the oil photo, because I didn't know what that photo was. It's just a close-up of some oil. And I told him we're fixing to head out on vacation. I'd do it down here, the video. He said, no worries. No, there was no hole or crack in the block to my knowledge, but we found that the piston ring damaged the cylinder wall. I don't have a picture of it, but there were some deep scratches on the wall. We also tried new spark plugs, but it started misfiring again immediately. A lot of oil was being dumped out the exhaust pipe and a lot of smoke. And he said, have fun on my vacation, and I appreciate that. And there again, that photo was the top end of cylinder 6. So there it is. Almost the same scenario, not the same mileage. There was 100,000 miles difference between my last blown Tundra motor and this blown Tundra motor. But they were both going on the interstate, both basically running the same speed. Both were going up a small incline. Both engines blew, 4.7, 5.7. Both of them blew. Had the same shaking motion. There again, I still think Tundra is one of the most reliable trucks that's made. These are only two people that's put in the comment section. One of them wasn't in the comment section, one was my buddy. But this is the only person I've seen in the comment section that had a blown engine. I'm sure there's more out there, because like I said, anything man makes, it can tear up. That's just the way it is. Anything that man makes can tear up. And this is proof of it. The 4.7 is one of the best engines ever made. It has a bazillion miles on these trucks out there, still running strong. I have a buddy that has one that probably has over 300,000 miles on it right now. He uses it every day as like a work truck. So still great trucks, but it's just sad to see something like this happen to somebody. Again, David, I wish you the best. I hope you buy another Tundra. You know, the turbo motors we've talked about in the 2022s, there's been a couple people said they heard that the 5.7 is still going to be offered. If I was wanting the most reliable vehicle I could get, and they did offer a 5.7, I might opt for that. But there again, that's just personal choice. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. He changed his own oil. He fixed the leaks in the vehicle when he seen it had some leaks. He seemed to maintain the vehicle well. Let me know what you think. Stuff happens and it's out of our control. You know, my Tundra only has 43,000 miles on it, and it could blow up the next time I drive it. I don't think it will, but it's possible. Anything mechanical can break. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.